This is John Redmann, political legal correspondent. I'm here with the esteemed New Orleans attorney Russ Herman. We've just been through the presentation by Susan Savanoff, Hot Coffee director, writer, producer. Mr. Herman, can you give us your own perspective of how the issues presented in Hot Coffee are taking place in Louisiana?
Well, Hot Coffee shows how $6 billion was spent by phony front groups fostered by the Chamber of Commerce to indicate that there were frivolous lawsuits that duped an American president and an entire public. In Louisiana, caps on damages are particularly vicious. It's a $500,000 cap on medical negligence, which means if your loved one who is earning $50,000 a year and is 30 years old, who was making $50,000 a year, including all the medical expenses, can't collect more than $500,000. And once you reach that cap, you may be able to get future medical, but you can't recover anything. And it's particularly venomous when you consider that it's directed also at children who have a life expectancy of 40 or 50 years and the parents are left to care. The idea that BP, for example, can pollute our waters, injure our people, that the Chinese can bring thousands and thousands of sheets of defective drywall into Louisiana and escape any penalty because we have no punitive damages is just absurd. And you have to wonder why the legislature is protecting foreign governments and big corporations like Big Tobacco rather than legislating for its own citizens.
Let me ask you, if someone has a catastrophic injury in the let's say medical negligence arena, and they have a lifetime of damages, and they need medical treatment that costs millions of dollars, can they collect those damages?
They can collect some future medical over $500,000, but the wrongdoer can string it out almost forever, paying it in increments. In the meantime, the public, through Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, has to pick up the difference. In addition to that, they don't get $1 of lost wages. It discriminates against working mothers, for example, who don't have any wages, but who nevertheless are very, very significant contributors to their families and the society.
Do you have any comment on the decision last week by our Louisiana Supreme Court where the constitutional rights of people to seek to break that constitutional, that cap on damages was addressed?
Well, I've tried 3 or 4 times in the last 20 years and haven't been successful. The Constitution of Louisiana guarantees everybody equal protection and access to the courts, but those parts of the Constitution have not been given weight by our Supreme Court, and I think that's unfortunate, but I don't criticize the courts. I think it's a legislative problem, essentially, and unfortunately the legislature's legs are in cement.
Do you have any advice for people when they're considering who to vote for in future elections, as far as candidates who take a position with respect to constitutional caps?
I think you have to vote for people that believe in themselves. Thomas Jefferson said the right to trial by jury was the greatest American right because when you sit on a jury, it's your vote. You're not voting for a governor or a congressman or somebody that then goes and votes and may not vote your way. So when you look at these candidates, who is it that's going to sanctify, give spirit to your right to serve on a jury? You know, people that are against juries, people that begin believe in caps, people that believe in mandatory arbitration, they're saying you're stupid. You jurors are just stupid. And who are the jurors? Well, we're the jurors. So, I get angry about it.
Mr. Herman, thank you very much for taking the time to speak with us. I'm very grateful for you and for your service to the community. Hope to talk to you again very soon.
Thank you, John.